Hi, everyone. Those of you who currently have Medicare or will be joining Medicare next year may need to pay attention to a few important things that I will discuss in this video. There are many changes to Medicare, but in this video, I just want to update you on one important part of those changes for next year. And for those of you who have Medicare, you need to pay attention to this change as it could be very beneficial for some of you. Medicare is changing a lot for next year, 2025. What I want to mention in this video is related to those of you who currently have Medicare Part D or will be joining Medicare Part D in 2025. You can either join Part D separately, meaning you buy Part D on its own, or you may have drug coverage within a Medicare Advantage program. If you have drug coverage, the limit for next year, meaning the maximum amount you'll pay for medication, will be capped at $2,000 per year. This is a good thing, right, everyone? Because this change will help many of you know ahead of time that no matter how expensive the medications you use are, the maximum you'll pay in a year won't exceed $2,000. That's for your Part D coverage or your Medicare drug coverage. Let me explain this a bit more. The $2,000 cap isn't something that you have to pay up front at the beginning of a year. It's not like Medicare won't cover anything until you've reached $2,000. Important note, $2,000 is not a deductible that you have to meet first before Medicare pays. It's coinsurance, not a deductible. Instead, every time you use medication, the copayment is 25% of the drug's price until you've paid a total of $2,000. After that, you won't have to pay anymore. And regarding the 25% copayment for your drug coverage under Part D, with the $2,000 maximum that you have to pay in a year, let's say you use expensive medications, and within a short period, your out-of-pocket costs reach $2,000. In that case, it could be difficult for some of you, especially if you have a limited income or budget, as it can be hard to pay that amount up front. The new law addresses this by allowing you to pay the $2,000 or 25% copayment over time, instead of having to pay it all at once when you purchase the medication. You can spread the payments out over a longer period up to a year. For example, if the maximum you have to pay for medication is $2,000, you don't have to pay it all at once when you reach that amount. You can break it down into monthly payments, meaning you pay around $166.60 each month. This way, it eases the burden for those of you with tighter finances, and this law will be helpful for many of you. This seems like a good thing, right, everyone? By setting this limit, it helps many of you who may face some challenges with paying high insurance contributions all at once. However, with some of these changes, while it improves one area, it may impact others. A few other things I want to update you on here so that you can take note of them are: costs may increase. And when we talk about potential cost increases, it could apply to both Medicare Part D drug plans or the drugs covered under the Medicare Advantage program. This is because when there's a cap on the amount consumers pay, ensuring they don't pay more than $2,000, it affects the profits of the companies providing drug coverage. To maintain their profits, these companies may try to increase premiums or reduce the number of medications covered under these plans. For those of you who currently have Medicare Part D plans or have drug coverage through Medicare Advantage, this is the time. September is the period when they send letters regarding the policies and changes to the plans you have and what changes may be coming for next year. It's important to pay attention to these letters. I know we all receive a lot of mail, especially during this time, and sometimes it's easy to overlook important letters among the daily or weekly advertisements. But I recommend you take the time to look through the mail carefully and see if there are any letters related to Medicare. Be sure to read them to check for any updates or changes to your plan, whether it's staying the same or if there are adjustments you need to be aware of, so you can act accordingly before next year. These changes will take effect on January 1st, embraced 2025, and your plan will automatically renew. If you're unaware of any changes, such as increased premiums, doctors no longer being part of your network, or medications being removed from the formulary, you might be caught off guard. It's better to stay ahead and check now, rather than wait until next year when it could be too late to make adjustments. For those of you who are new to these programs, take the time to thoroughly review the policies to make sure they meet your needs and are the right fit for you. That's regarding Part D, or in general drug coverage, everyone. Now, for those of you who have Medicare Part C, particularly Medicare Advantage, there are also some new rules starting next year. If you have these plans beginning next year from around June 30th to July 31st, 2025, you'll receive a letter from your insurance company about any unused additional benefits you may have for the year. The letter will outline the benefits you haven't fully used, such as dental, vision, or hearing benefits during the first 6 months of the year. It will also let you know how much you've used and how much remains so that you can use the rest before the end of the year. If you don't use those benefits by the end of the year, they won't carry over into the next year and you'll lose them. Medicare now requires companies offering Medicare Advantage plans to send these reminder letters so that beneficiaries are aware of any unused supplemental benefits they may not have known about or simply forgot to use. This rule will impact the profits of insurance companies because previously, if you didn't use these benefits, they wouldn't incur those costs, allowing them to increase their profits. But by requiring these companies to remind you, it ensures that more people can take full advantage of the benefits they're paying for, potentially reducing the insurance company's profits. So, make sure to review these plans and pay attention to any changes or available benefits to see if they still meet your needs for 2025. This way, you can make any necessary adjustments in time. So that's just a little update I wanted to share for those of you who might not be aware of these changes. Medicare's new rules can be beneficial for many of you who already have Medicare. However, the companies that provide Part D and Part C plans are also looking for ways to maintain their profits, as profits are essential to keep the companies running. If costs or profits are cut too much, they'll find ways to compensate, whether that's increasing the monthly premiums, adding additional fees when you use services, or even removing certain products from the market because they're no longer profitable. Essentially, these companies need to find ways to stay profitable in order to survive. While this can be good for those who have Medicare, if you're not paying attention, the plan you have may no longer be the best fit for you. That's the main topic I wanted to update and share with you in this video. I'll see you again in future videos. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others who might not be aware of these changes so they can stay updated. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. See you in the next video. Thanks a lot, and goodbye, everyone.